Hello, my name is Eva, and I make intuitive writings for the zodiac signs. I never know which zodiac sign I make the writing for because I don't want to be influenced by what I think I know about the sign. This is why I will now pull out the sign. This message is for. It is quite. It's like a little bit of a warning because probably you felt that before as well. It's a hot time, not only weather-wise, and it says like the feeling was there is just so much momentum behind what we are focusing on. There always, if I also do the tarot for myself, and the chariot comes out like a lot, and in the end I pulled some cards here as well, and the chariot, of course the chariot is there, and to me the chariot is it's just this, yes, this momentum, and stuff will move. So if we and the things that we concentrate on have just a force behind them. So for whom is this message, please? Oh, fiery. That's Sagittarius. It's a fiery message. So I make a picture that comes to mind, and it was a matchbox with matches. And first there was the feeling of this box, because it will be mentioned, that's also like a little coffin. But in the end, I had to write match, and Sagittarius, it makes us think of the perfect match, but well, I will read you. Well, wouldn't it be nice, if this would be a love message and I could tell you the perfect match is on the way? But we are cynical. But I feel cynical. Ha ha. Those piled on matches, they need to be buried. Buried. This box, you have all your regrets in. These are regrets. They match a life you are about to close off, Sagittarius. Or will you burn it all? So something fiery inside of you that thinks of burning it all down, metaphorically speaking, or will you burn it all? There is a reason why we show the stuff, these little points, the stuff where you strike this match, the match. There is a reason why we show the stuff you can strike the explosive stuff on. You have the explosive head of the match. It's fast and short in itself if you strike this match. But depending on where you will focus your attention, aka hold the light, the match, it will burn down a lot of tricky behaviors. Uh, there was the feeling of sneaky and tricky as well. And exhaustion is the preview for a new beginning. I started to feel tired when I wrote. Although you cannot see much, you feel that either this old stuff actually burns itself, or, well, it feels like a coffin also. So coffin is death, is transformation. Bury something. My head is very heavy. There is an overwhelming feeling of pointlessness. It is even still working. Is it even still working, the Agni? You know, the Agni is the fire in your Vedic, I guess it's Vedic, or just Indian philosophies, that we have a fire in our hara, sacral chakra, I would say. And if that is not on, we cannot also digest, whether it is food or whether it is emotions. And so if the Agni is not on, things start to feel muddy and heavy. There is an overwhelming feeling of pointlessness, Sagittarius. Is it even still working? You maybe you feel like you are not yourself, because you don't you feel heavy. Um, the Agni, the fire stuff within you, the mental exhaustion. It's a mental exhaustion. I feel it again. But we all, I guess many of us feel it. It's an exhausting time. Wow, an extreme feeling of, like in those dreams where you try to run and don't move at all. Did you ever have such a dream? Where sometimes I have dreams where I run, and I'm so fast and I can run effortlessly, without feeling exhausted. And then I have dreams where I run, and it just I feel that I move so heavy, or dial a phone number and it doesn't press the numbers, so there is no control, it's not working. Or the numbers you cannot remember, or only remember foggy. So then I remembered that just last night I dreamt that the old phone, I dreamt I steal an old phone from from the 80s. I don't know how old you are. There were like huge phones, and I guess we even had like exactly this one in my home. You have the receiver, and it's in itself heavy, and you have to sit down at best to not get exhausted by holding your phone. And I dreamt I steal it from a second-hand shop, but I got caught. So the woman saw me put it in my purse. Why would you want to have something in a sneaky way again? This feeling of, why would you want to have something in a sneaky way when you could just pay for it? You feel that you cannot afford it, and then the feeling was unworthy, but it says unworthy, so you want to maybe put on your worth. So if you feel like you have to be sneaky, then innately you don't feel worthy of it. And this is not me blaming, this is that's the story, like so many of us go through, because we forgot who we are. And through our upbringing, there just probably is a feeling of not being loved the way we thought we would be loved. And so we started to feel guilty and unworthy, just because we are on earth. And we are making the journey out of that. So unworthy. So and then we have different strategies to deal with that feeling that hurts, of course. So the match is that you shall forget the past. Clean slate, clean slave. Yes, Don't be a slave anymore. Clean slate. Burn and burn and at the same time realize in your innermost core that you are abundant. And then the question comes, how? We know that we should do that, but how are we doing that? The head of the match, the phosphorus, quick explosion, little explosion, the head, again, the head, the thinking, those little heads of the matches. A ritual, maybe you want to make a ritual, Sagittarius, and not in an area where you are not allowed to make fire, like here in Switzerland. We have a really, really dry time. We had a great national day where fireworks were not allowed, and it was very, very still, and I loved it. And my cat did love it as well. It was so still. But otherwise, we need rain. So, but as a ritual, like having a match and maybe even writing on the match what you want to really leave behind in the past and burn it down, watch it burn. Do you feel guilty about what you want? Yes, then I pulled some cards, and the guilt, it came out that as I mentioned before, that there is just I always wondered when years ago when guilt was offered to me as, think about, do you feel guilty? I was like, I don't feel guilty. Why should I feel guilty? But there's just guilt in us. We are not guilty, but there is a feeling of guilt in us, as I explained, because it was the reasoning of the little child is that it must be guilty if it is corrected only. Maybe that could be all. It doesn't have to be a huge event. It's just you were corrected all the time, all the time, all the time, to fit in. So there is guilt. Do you feel guilty about what you want? Or, yeah, do you feel guilty about what you want? Do you feel like you have to commit to something that you built and now you don't want it anymore? Are you concentrating on what you or who you want to get rid of? And if you are, if that's the only picture with the matches, then this is like only half the story. What we want to get rid of is one thing. Then we have to concentrate on what we want to create. There is always the chariot behind your intention. So I pulled the chariot, and so mind your intent. What maybe we make a short ritual for what we don't want, and this is that, and then we concentrate on what we actually want to create. But Sagittarius, I know they're good creators. So this is your message, Sagittarius. I will now pull two oracle cards to say goodbye. Sagittarius, if you like my messages, and if you're still here, please subscribe or like or comment. Thank you. Your truth is powerful. This is a card that jumps out a lot of this deck. Your truth, it's your truth. truth is powerful. Resurrection, comeback, rebirth, and renewal. Okay, so I will read you these cards. Your truth is powerful. Number 12. Self-love. I wrote self-love. We are told so many lies. Guilt. We are told that we must be with others and they must love us for us to be worthy. There is something with your self-worth, self-love. So we bend and we twist the self to please the others, showing only glimpses of who we are in shadows and light. We never fully step out into the light to see who is drawn to the form we most truly are. Start by unbending and deepening the love of your own ways. Start with untwisting and cease to speak words that appease others and offend your soul. Wow. Burn those matches, Sagittarius. The offer that then offer that level of care and desire for love to your own self. What could you become if you already loved who you are? So some renewal for you. So you might come back, Sagittarius. Did you become somebody you don't recognize, maybe? Resurrection, comeback, rebirth, and renewal. You are about to make a comeback after a difficult time. While you were struggling, friend, there were those in the hidden worlds who watched over you, even when it seemed that you must face all alone. Throughout the times when you felt most abandoned, the watchers took the strands abandoned. Throughout the times when you felt most uh, abandoned, the watchers took the strands of your fate within their hands and began to weave together the broken threads and unraveled the strands of your destiny. There may have been subtle moments where you noticed this work taking place, times when hope ali- alight, alighted, alighted upon you, and you felt glad again to be here. Ah, yeah, this is this heaviness I felt, this pointlessness. You felt glad again to be here. Finally, now you have the strength to make the return to live you to the life you have longed for. All has been prepared for you, and you have to do work to do in this lifetime, dear one. Good work, sacred work, loving work. It is time to begin again and feel the shimmering possibilities all about you. For there will be moments of serendipity and synchronicity where you will follow the intuitive prompts you receive from within and from those who have watched over you. The divine has watched over you and helped recreate you until now you are reborn within the same life, seeming to be the same person, but so very much more than you felt you were before. This is very the same message, like, did you bend, and this is like further on, or you are already further on, so you did bend and were felt you could not move and be caught in something and in your unworthy feeling unworthy, and had the reflection of being unworthy, and and this is this journey where you will come out, as until now you within the same life seeming to be the same person but so very much more than you've felt you were before. The soul contracts have been recreated, you have been freed, and there will now come a realization that the wholeness and the beauty you have so long searched for have been inside you all along. You need to die to be reborn in this lifetime, but we must let the things that kill the spirit fall away and give them no more energy. The matches, burn them. It's easy, this now is your purpose, to preserve the beauty you have discovered, to keep the joy of the spirit alive. Focus on who you really are, your intent to be the beautiful being that you are, and burn with a strike. Maybe it's easy, maybe we think it's difficult to let go, but actually maybe it's easy. So thank you very much for listening, Sagittarius, and I wish you all the best in your journey, and remember that there is the chariot behind what you focus on.